I
You,
love what you just said about how you don't know the limit. We put limits on ourselves without even realizing it. And maybe that
mhm,
comes because of our conditioning or our parents or school.
yeah.
But we put all these different limits and define ourselves, and instead of just being open to who we're about to become. So
Yeah,
I
true
love that.
story. True story. And like our mentality just allow us to see certain things in the future.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
from where I was 5 years ago, I could not see this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And now I probably cannot see where I'm going to be in 5 years from now. So
Mhm.
I like to just uh
On
open
TV with
myself
our
up.
own TV show.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Chai with Us podcast. This is Ivana from Uncle Isabel's.
And this is Erica, aka the personal developer.
And this week we are on episode 15 and we're going to talk about intentions.
Yes, we are. Uh, I'm very, like, today I feel like the smartest person in the world because I actually have a cold, a cold infusion that I've made with cinnamon and ginger.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
did it. It's
nice.
so freaking hot right here. Like, it's so hot that I just couldn't think about something that has been,
Uh-huh.
boiling. Like, I could.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a rooibos tea, and the message today says, proud sponsor of true moments.
What? What does it say?
There's the proud sponsor of true moments.
Oh, I like it. I
Yeah,
like
me
it.
too.
We
I think it
are
goes
we are
well.
proud sponsors of True Moments. I
Yes,
feel
we
like
are.
yeah. So today we're going to talk about intentions, setting intentions, what they are, why are they useful, and this is something that we don't talk about, a
Mhm.
lot. I think that we don't talk about this enough because
Mhm.
intentions are like so important for us in life, because if we set the intention, then we set the mood to whatever is going to happen throughout the
Mhm.
day, a meeting, a year. Do you want to start? You're so good with definitions. Do you want to start with the definition of intention?
Sure. So to me, an intention means like a plan or something I want to focus on throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so, I think it's important to do intentions in the morning, and they can be very simple. It doesn't have to be something very complex. It can be something like, today I will not worry, and that's my
Oh.
intention for the day. Like, I'm not going to worry about anything. And if like, let's say something happens at work and I start to get really stressed out and I start to get worried, then I like come back to what was my intention. And I think
Mm-hmm.
what's really helpful, because you and I both love to journal, is to write down your intention for the day. And
Yeah.
so then if you have your calendar open, like you're at work and you have your calendar open and you're stressed out and all these phone calls are coming in, you look down and on your calendar it says, I will not worry. And that just brings you back to like this calm state that you had in the morning.
That's a great idea, and I love like to have visual clues.
Mhm.
And lately, I've been so worried, like writing a lot for my blog and for the book and everything. So I'm not journaling that much, but I
Mhm.
find it very useful just to write down in my bullet journal like the
Mhm.
intention for the week or the intention for the month. And
Mhm.
throughout the day, I also like to set intentions like for the day, for the meeting, for
Mhm.
the encounter that I am having with certain people, or
Mhm.
for example, before you answer the phone, it's also cool to set an intention. Like, what do you want to get from that conversation? I use intentions a lot with conversations because
Mhm.
sometimes we have to deal with people that trigger us. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And it's so cool that we like breathe in, breathe out, and then set the intention for the
Mhm.
conversation. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Just like you said,
Absolutely.
I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to, get triggered. I like to use intentions more to the positive side.
Yes.
I like using intentions like I want to feel peaceful, I want to feel happy, I want to feel fulfilled, I want to do my best as a teacher. That's the kind of intentions I usually set. But I also like your idea of like, here is what's not going to happen today. I find it
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
cool as well.
Yeah, and I like what you said about certain people because we're such energetic beings that
Hmm.
other people affect us. And we've talked about this, like the energy exchange that happens between people in another podcast. But it's so important when you know that somebody is going to trigger you that beforehand you say that, like, I'm going to have this conversation with this person and I will remain in peace throughout the entire conversation. And then just
Hmm.
remember that while you're talking to the person. And you'll start to see how things start to change. Like, instead of like being pulled into other people's energy, pull people into your energy, like set the
Hmm.
tone and then like, no, I will not be stressed out. I'm going to like control the situation, and this conversation is going to go really well for both of us, and we're going to walk away peaceful.
Yeah, I like that. I think that pretty much like the intentions are like the good kind of trigger, because you are triggering your mind for something that you really want to happen. So
Mhm.
you are prepared in advance. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And then, as you said, you are going to remember what you wanted
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
happen. And then when things happen, when life hits you in the face, you're going to be like, okay, no. So I said I was going to be peaceful. So that's what
Mhm.
I'm going to do. And then you find a way of being peaceful throughout the day, even
Mhm.
though we are faced with situations and life
Yeah.
happens. It's normal. But if we set intentions,
Mhm.
then it's easier like to bounce back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are already prepared to what's going to happen, and we already told our brain, look, this
Yes.
is what's going to happen today.
Yeah.
That's why I
It's
love
like
that.
setting New Year's goals like daily. You know what I mean? Because the New Year's goals are
Yeah.
supposed to make you like be better. So setting intention to me is like a New Year's goal every single day.
Yeah, it's like, for example, for our podcast, we had a
Mhm.
very clear intention. We wanted
Yes.
to touch on sensitive topics, and we wanted to be ourselves. So, and
Mhm.
I think that as soon as you know what your intentions are for
Mhm.
anything, it doesn't matter if it is a project, if it is a
Mhm.
relationship, or it's good for you to have an intention, because they will guide you and they
Yes.
will help you stay on track. Because if we didn't decide, listen, we're going to be ourselves and that's it,
Mhm. Mhm.
we're going to cut half of the episode, right? Because I
Yeah.
stumble a lot. I don't know what to say. We say things wrong. We forget about things, and that's okay. We
And
decided
sometimes
it's
we
our.
curse.
Sometimes we cursed. I'm getting better at it. I'm like, now I say effed and
But it's
but
okay because, like you said, we wanted to be like ourselves, which goes so much with what we both deeply want is to be authentic. And I
mhm,
think because we don't cut anything hardly ever, it allows us to be authentic and accepted in a way. Like,
yeah.
by all the people that are watching, thank you so much for watching because we feel accepted because you watch and comment.
True story. Yes, yes. And I watched our last episode, yeah, and I was like, oh damn, because you made me question, and I said like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I don't know how to explain. And it was like it was a very vulnerable position for me,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
when you have to admit that you don't know something, it's like, but then I'm like, what? What's the problem? You cannot know something. You can learn something. And because I
Mhm.
had this intention of, you know what, I'm being
Mhm.
authentic, I'm being who I am, I
Mhm.
kept that part. Like, it's
Yes.
okay. We could have
Yeah.
cut it, and I would look like the smartest person in the world, but I prefer
Mhm.
to be real. That was the
Yeah.
intention.
We just wanted to have a daily conversation about things, and that's
Mm,
what we're doing. And like when you
yeah.
talk to your friends, there's things that you don't know or that you do know, and I love that we're like doing it the way that we are
Yeah.
because it goes with our intention.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I'm so passionate about intentions. I think they're useful for everything basically. Like, if you want, for example, let's say you are setting your goals for the semester, right? Let's
Mhm.
set our
Mhm.
goals for the semester. Okay, I want to achieve this, and that. I mean, what is your intention behind it? Just think about it, because
Mhm.
the difference between a good goal and a goal that you are, that you just wrote down because you wrote down, is your intention behind it. If your
Mhm.
intention is like, dude, I just want to be happy, I want to be in purpose, it's my passion, it's I want to pursue this, if your intentions behind it sound a little bit like this, then you are in the right path. So it's very useful as
Mhm.
well when you're setting goals. Just think about, what are your intentions
Mhm.
behind it. What is your intention? Because sometimes we set intentions, but sometimes we have intentions that are in the in the last pages of the of the agenda. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't always know our intentions. It can be our intentions can be something way deeper, something
Mhm.
very deep, and that we are not aware of. So it's also good to try to figure out what are your intentions
Mhm.
behind your actions, behind what you want to achieve.
And sometimes your intentions come about or become real months after you've made them. Like they're not always daily intentions. Like some what I realized is because I've been rereading my journals lately and I talked about how I wanted to have a place where I it was clean, where I could have
Mhm.
a deep night's sleep and where I could have like a standing shower, not have to take bucket showers. Because I've been living in India for such a long time, it's become normal to do those bucket showers. And I wanted to have some place where I could have good food. And all of those things came true because I'm at home with my parents and I have my room and I have quiet and I can sleep. So your
Mhm.
intentions don't necessarily always have to be for the day. Sometimes they come true like months later. And so that's what I love journaling about it because you can go back and see like, oh, this came true on this day and this came true now. And then this is still
Mhm.
an intention that still has to manifest.
Yeah, it's true. Like intentions are not always clear. Sometimes
Mhm.
we have they're hidden, and then we realize after some time what was our intention behind it. Do
Mhm.
you think it's easy, like to read other people's intention? Is it something that comes out easily for you?
You mean like, can you give me an example? Like me, like physically reading it, or just like wondering, like I know what their motive behind this is.
Physically or
Okay.
psychologically or emotionally. I mean, when you meet someone,
Mhm.
when you're in the process of meeting someone, um, usually we have an intention towards that person. Even
Yes.
if we don't admit it,
Mhm.
we always want something from
Mhm.
someone. We always want, it's only human.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people are difficult to read, and some people are
Mhm.
just so transparent that you're like, this is obvious.
Yes. I think it's easier with people you've known for a while because then you know their personality and you kind of know their motives behind it. So my belief is that I think it's easier when you've known the person for a while and you can kind of tell like why they're asking you to do this or why what their intentions behind it is, as
Yeah.
opposed to meeting a new person because you don't know them that well. But then sometimes people are very transparent. You know what I mean? Like it's so transparent you don't really it just I think it just depends. It's person to person.
Yeah. I think that if you don't know me, I'm a little bit difficult to read if I
Mhm.
don't want to be read.
Mhm.
If you know me, it's just impossible because it's my face. I just
Yeah,
can't.
it says it all.
I just
Yeah.
can't. It says it all. But I think I'm very good at reading people's intentions.
Mhm.
Even when they're trying to hide, I'm like,
Yeah.
I see you. I see what you're trying to do. I see
Uh-huh.
things like a month before.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's a very good skill I have. I think usually I'm
Yeah.
right. I try to don't follow always because I don't want to be judgy. But
Yeah.
usually I hit the mark. Usually I do.
Oh, nice. I guess I just never think about it that much. It's I feel like it's something that comes naturally, don't you think?
Yeah, because it's something that comes from your instinct. If you are more
Yeah.
connected, then
Mhm.
you are going to, you're
Yeah.
just gonna get
I
it.
mean, let's say you're traveling alone and you're a woman. Men are obviously going to come up to you at some point or another.
Mm,
And it just depends. Like once I was in Italy and there was this older man, he has to have coffee. Like I'm talking old, like 80s, in his
mm,
80s. And then he wanted to show me the city, and I said, fine, like no problem. We had a really nice time. And then I had another time when I think I was in Spain, and this man came up to me. He's like, what are you doing here? Who are you with? Like, are you traveling alone? Do you want to have a coffee? So that was more of like
mm,
hitting on me. You know what I mean? So
okay.
there, the intentions were very obvious. So I think you can tell by like the the you know what I mean, like the vibe, the tone of we
Yeah.
talked a lot about that, like the tone of a person's voice. Like you can tell like what they want.
Yeah, and what type of energy, like how does this person makes you feel? Like these
Exactly.
initial things that we sometimes ignore.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. Your gut
totally.
feeling.
Yeah. Totally agree. Mm, what advice can we tell people to learn how to set intentions and in order to just make life easier?
Well, I guess ask yourself what you want to happen in your day. would be the
Mm-hmm.
first thing. Like, what do I want? How do I want this day to happen? Or like you said, I like that you broke it up and you said do it daily, weekly, monthly. And so
Mm-hmm.
set different intentions based on time periods. So like let's say for example, like you said, you're off of work now and you have more time to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you can do like a daily intention of like today I will like edit one video, and then
Yeah.
a weekly one would be like I will post one video, and then the monthly one would be like I have all the videos finished. So I really like what you said about breaking it up and doing it by like day, month, year, and then
Yeah.
ask yourself like what is it? It's very self-reflective. Like what is it that I want to accomplish? Like what is my goal? And a lot of times we're so busy with our life, like we go to work and then we come home and we eat and then we go to sleep, and like it's like we do the 9 to 5 and then we
Yeah.
never even check in with us. So it's very important to ask like what do you want to accomplish. Maybe start asking
Mm-hmm.
yourself like is this the job I want to be in? Like I tell myself like 3 years ago I was only going to stay here 1 year, and now I've been here 2 extra years. So when you start like setting your intention, it's a very self-reflective. It's asking yourself these questions about like where you
Mm-hmm.
want to be, how you want to feel. I think that's very important. Like how do I want to feel today
Yeah.
and week?
Yeah. Totally, totally. That's what I was about to add to what you just said, because you can set goals, but when you are setting intentions, it is very important that you set something that it's very emotional and close to your heart. So it is, I sometimes write down things like, this is going to be the action month. I want to feel productive this month. I
Mhm.
really want to
Mhm.
feel productive this month. I want to take care of myself, and I try to separate a little bit from goals, because
Mhm.
goals can be a little bit scary.
Yes.
And when you go to the intention behind the goals, you're like, okay, I'm doing this because of that. So the
Mhm.
intention just kind of keeps me, knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing. Not because the pursuit of things, some people are very goal oriented.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
am very emotional oriented. So if I love one thing, I will do it until, I'm exhausted. That's what I
Mhm.
usually do. And that's what, gets my attention. That's what
Mhm.
keeps me moving, the motivation and the emotional side of things. So to set intention, I think that it's really like just what you said, just straight to the point, to be, to look for the feel. What do you want
Mhm.
to feel? And,
Yeah.
yeah, think about how you will feel after.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
And
Cool.
I've read somewhere, and I don't know if this is from Abraham Hicks or not, but it said to write your intentions in the past tense, like they've already happened, and
Mm.
then like it's already fulfilled. Or after an intention, you write so it is. Like you just write so it is, and you
So
put
it
it out
is.
as above, so below. Like a lot of people believe that like what's going on
Mhm.
astronomically and like cosmically happens to us too, like because we're so affected by the moon. And so just write down the intentions, and then at the end write so it is, and
Uh-huh.
it's done. You send it out into the universe, and now the universe is going to make it happen.
I love it. Yeah, just send it out there. Send it out there,
Mhm.
and it's gonna happen
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
you've read The Alchemist, haven't you? I think by
Yeah.
Paulo
In English
Coelho.
and in Spanish and in Portuguese.
Yeah.
I think I read it all.
Well,
In
in
all
it,
the
it's
languages.
that, I love that quote when he says that, like, once you make a plan and you want something from the universe and, like, you're on the right path, everything conspires to help you, like, make it happen. Like, you're going to start to, when you're in basically what he's saying is, like, when you're in the flow, like, you're going with the universe and you're not fighting it, you're not resisting, you've let go, things are going to start to come into your life a lot easier
Yeah.
because
And
you're in the flow, like arigato, right?
yeah, arigato. Just bring it in. Bring it in. And sometimes when I journal, I write down, thank you, please more.
Oh,
Or
I
more,
like
please.
that. That is so nice. I'm
Because
going to write that down.
that's like I am being grateful, but at the same time I am being open to whatever the universe has for me, because I don't know, I
Mhm.
don't know the
Mhm.
limit. I don't know about everything I can do. We no None of us know. So I love writing it down. Like, thank
I
you.
love what you just said about how you don't know the limit. We put limits on ourselves without even realizing it. And maybe that
Mhm.
comes because of our conditioning or our parents or school.
Yeah.
But we put all these different limits and define ourselves, and instead of just being open to who we're about to become. So
Yeah,
I
true
love that.
story. True story. And like our mentality just allow us to see certain things in the future.
Mhm.
So from where I was 5 years ago, I could not see this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And now I probably cannot see where I'm going to be in 5 years from now. So
Mhm.
I like to just uh
On
open them
TV with
myself.
our own TV show.
Oh my god.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, guys, we just received a message about something was telling us about having our own show, and I was like, he is telling you that you should have, right? I didn't want to understand because like I couldn't just grasp it. Like how in the world would that happen? And yeah, maybe one day we will set this intention because we had the
Yeah.
intention of creating a podcast. Maybe one
Yes.
day we're gonna be like, okay, the next step is going to be on TV. Who
Also
knows?
like how easy it was. So it like if because this is we were meant
Crazy.
to do this, it became a lot easier. And I can't believe we're what on episode 15 now.
It's crazy.
It's 3 months of episodes that we've been sharing with you guys, and we love it, and we want to continue doing this.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And one thing I really love about intentions is that it gives you the power, to control your life.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I like when we are intentional in life. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? We're not
Yes.
walking life just like
Like you're
walking
not a
through life.
product of your environment. You're like what, controlling the environment.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to control everything. I learned that lesson, okay, the hard
Mhm.
way. But it's good to have some control. You know what I mean? Some control
Mhm.
because you cannot control what happens, but you can control how you react to things
Yes.
and how
Mhm.
you put yourself out there and
Mhm.
the kind of energy that you want to give to other people. So
Mhm.
intentions for me are great for this, so I can have a little bit of control and navigate in this world,
Yes.
knowing what I want, and what I will
Mhm.
get, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, that's what happens.
And I think we talked about this too. Intentions help you avoid being on autopilot throughout the day.
Yeah,
What do you think about
totally.
that?
Okay, so before the coronavirus, now things changed a little bit, even though I'm still working a lot. Before the coronavirus, I was working as a primary school teacher, as a yoga teacher, and I was doing my coaching training. And okay, it was crazy. So I had too many things going on. So what happened is that I would walk like a zombie from one place to another. And then sometimes I felt like I wasn't really there, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
So when I was walking to school, I would be, you know what? I want to be like the greatest teacher ever that ever stepped in this world. I want to be great with the kids. And then I would leave school and I would be like, okay, thank you. That was a good day. And then when I was going towards my yoga class, I'll be like, okay, you know what? I want this to be about my students. I want to, and then I would
Mhm.
set intentions throughout the day because otherwise I was just doing stuff. And
Mhm.
in our brain, it's very difficult because right now we have a lot of transitions throughout the day. Not that much
Mhm.
because we're working from home. But now that I think about it, we also have some transitions throughout the day. You know
Mhm.
what? Because um, 45 minutes ago, I was practicing yoga by myself.
Mhm.
Right now, I am recording a podcast with you. It's a
Mhm.
total different energy. So if I don't
Mhm.
set intentions like, you know what, I want to be there for Ivana, I want to be there for people. If I don't set that intention, maybe
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, that posture was really, you know, it
It's
was
true.
low. Or
I
I
think a
would be
lot of
sleeping.
times we tend to live in the past or in the future. You know what I mean? It's either like in the past, oh, this happened and then this happened, and in the future it's like I can't wait to get here. We're never living in the moment.
Yeah, it's true. And one of the greatest intentions is like, I want to be present in this moment.
Yes, be here
I think that
now.
if you have one intention in life and that intention is to be present,
Mhm.
you got it.
Yes.
Because you're going to be great. It doesn't matter where you
Mhm.
are, what time is it, who's in front of you. You're going
Mhm.
to be present. That's a
Yeah. And a great book to help you with this is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've recommended it so many times to so many people.
yeah.
Another good book is called The Untethered Soul. Have you read that one?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's really good. It talks about how sometimes we're prisoners of our past. And
Mm.
then this image that he gives that I love is like you sitting on a couch and then your mind and your thoughts are a person that's sitting next to you on the couch, how long would you continue to be friends with this person? Because I think a lot
Ooh.
of us are very negative, or like are talking negatively about ourselves inside our head, like, oh, I could have done better. Oh, why doesn't he like me? Why did I lose that job? Like, you're a failure. And when you read that book, you realize that, like, we can sometimes be prisoners of our thoughts. And so it's about like
Mhm.
being untethered and not having that. That's a really good book
Mhm.
to read too.
I love that, and I love having conversations with myself. I know I sound crazy, but sometimes I do have
Mhm.
conversations with myself because sometimes I realize the amount of chatter that is going, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what's up?
Mhm.
Like, what is happening? Why are you being
Yes.
so mean? Because, and it helps me to like to get out of myself a little bit.
Mhm.
And because we live so much in our heads, in
Mhm.
our heads, it happens with everybody,
Mhm.
with all of us, and we don't realize that we are harming ourselves. And I would not say some of the things I say to myself to a friend. So
Exactly.
that's a very good comparison. Like, would you tell this to a friend? No.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
sometimes I talk
I
to
do
myself.
that too. Like when I'm packing or I have something to do, like I'm talking out loud. Oh, like I need this because it helps me like center and be here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was,
Last episode
I was
I was
having a
hiding and now it's
conversation.
you.
I was having a conversation with myself.
Do you need some privacy?
No, 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 I'm fine. I'm fine. I trust you. Yeah, okay. I was just preventing the laptop to shut down on us.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I think one of the last things we want to leave you with is that intentions can help you focus energy on one point throughout the day. And the more you can be focused, the more you can be present in the now.
Hmm. And another thing is that it's going to look it's going to feel very weird for the first times you you do it, just
Mhm.
because it's like, what am I doing? I'm
Mhm.
predicting the future. But then you're going to do it automatically. I don't even think
Mhm.
about it anymore. And sometimes I am in a situation and I
Mhm.
am like, okay, I got lost. Presence,
Mhm.
and I bring myself to the present. So for you, it's going to be easier as
Mhm.
well with time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Do we have anything else that you want to share?
No, I think that's a wrap for today. Just write down an email if you would like, comment, share it with someone you love. Maybe
Mhm.
someone can benefit from this. Our email is chaiwithuspodcast@gmail.com. We are waiting for your comments, and let us know, like, what are your intentions for the next semester? I would love to.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the next week podcast.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.